Hey guys, I get lots of questions about the Tumbler Press versus the Sublimation Oven, so I wanted to go over both of them to show you the differences. Both of these items are made by PYD Life. This one is the Tumbler Press on the left. It comes with an attachment. And also this one on the right is the Sublimation Oven. We're going to start with the Sublimation Oven. Here you can see it comes with a few accessories, a glove, a binder clip for mugs. Not included are sublimation shrink wraps and a heat gun of some sort. You'll also need heat tape, of course, a sublimation printer, and sublimation paper. And that goes for both the Tumbler Press and the oven. Okay, so let's look at this oven. As you can see, it has an oven door and then a slide out drawer, so you can have easy access to put your substrates in. There are two dials here. It's a digital display. That one dial's for the upper part of the oven and the other dial's for the lower part, and you can just turn them so that you can get to the temperature. On the right hand side is the timer. You simply push the button to start and then you push it again to turn it off. This is a large capacity sublimation oven. I can fit up to 4 mugs. Actually, I can do 6, but 4 if I'm going to be using the mug clips. It also fits larger items like this carafe. It fits probably 2 comfortably, but I've only done 1 at a time and it's worked really well. And I've also sublimated up to 3 of these 22-ounce tumblers at a time. Of course, they would be wrapped, but as you can see, I could put several in here at a time. Quick note about these tumblers, I can do the top and the bottom at one time in the sublimation oven. I could even do this middle part too if I use a special technique, and I can't do that with the Tumbler Press. There are a few more examples of things I can sublimate in the oven without any type of adjustments. Of course, they would all have different times and temperatures, so I wouldn't be able to do them all at once, but I could do several of the same kind at one time. You can also do smaller items like these sublimation pens and ceramic coasters or ornaments. You can do bulkier items like dog bowls. Here's just a sample of some items that I've either done in the Tumbler Press or in the sublimation oven. Sublimation time in the oven is generally a lot longer than it is in the press, but you can do multiple items at one time, and you can do several different kinds of items without having to adjust the sizing. Okay, let's move on to the Tumbler Press. This is also by PYD Life, as I mentioned before. This comes with a larger 30-ounce attachment. It is digital, where you can push buttons to adjust the temperature and the time. Here's the attachment. The attachment I have loaded right now is for 20-ounce skinny tumblers, but you can also do larger things like with a 30-ounce attachment. When you're ready to press an item, before you turn it on, you're going to need to adjust it with these knobs. What you want to do is make sure that the item you have will fit in there nicely depending on the pressure settings of the particular substrate. I have this set up for my 20-ounce skinny tumbler. As you can see, I would have to adjust it so that the mug would fit in here nicely. Right now I can't even close it, but you would just adjust it with the knobs manually. For the tumblers like this one, the skinny tumbler, you would put it in and then you'd also press it for 60 seconds, which is less time than it takes 6 minutes in the oven. In the Tumbler Press, for things like tumblers that don't have handles, you will have to turn them. In the oven, I've never had to turn anything that I've baked. For this more oddly shaped tumbler, it's the 20-ounce tumbler. You would need to, of course, adjust it so it fits, and then you would need to turn it to make sure you get all sides. In order to get the bottom part of the tumbler like I have here, this one I actually did in the oven, but to get this part, you would have to kind of do a workaround, and you would just put this part into the side and then press that after you've adjusted it to fit that part as well. You'd also have to turn it, so there's that extra time there. Here is the attachment, a closer look of it. What you would need to do is unscrew it. There's the holes here that match up to these screws, and then this plug goes into the right hand side here. There are different sizes available depending on different substrates that you're making. I will note that I have noticed on all the tumbler presses that I have, there is an odor from the silicone band that is wrapped around the substrates. It's kind of a fishy odor, but it does tend to lessen the more you use it, but that's just a side note that I haven't experienced with the oven. That concludes my quick comparison of the Sublimation Oven and Tumbler Press by PYD Life. If you were to ask me what my preference would be, I think I would prefer to invest in the Sublimation Oven. It is a little bit more expensive, but you do not have to buy the additional attachments. I will say if you only plan on doing a certain size tumbler, then investing in the Tumbler Press is the way to go because it is a time saver. I personally like the versatility of the Sublimation Oven. That way I can try different types of things. I hope you found this comparison helpful. Thanks for watching.